I am a bombastic chameleon. I was born and raised in Mexico City, and I've moved so many times to so many different countries that I have acquired the possibility of transforming myself wherever I drop, and Shazam! I adore languages and have a long-term relationship and fascination with Celtic culture and Edgar Allan Poe, Lovecraft.
I am the vessel for your next story. You only have to hire me.
Tolkien. Ask me anything you want from the Lord of the Rings books or the movies, and yes, I am a big nerd, a book lover. I studied at the National Art Dramatic School in Mexico, and this allowed me to explore theater, to explore diverse genres, techniques, and building a strong community while still finding the true meaning of collaboration. And yes, so this is my accent. Hi. During that time at school, my peers and I established a theater company called El Gallinero Culeco. It means the hen house. So I'll let you imagine the rest. So the name says it all, isn't it? Our company participated in the International Theater Festival of El Siglo de Oro Español in El Paso, Texas, and where we won an award while playing Don John from Tirso de Molina in Ciudad Juárez, a play of a man that deceives women in a city with a heavy record of women mass murder. This was a particularly challenging and touching experience that ended up being a beautiful moment of bonding and community between the performers and the audience. The company also performed a play called Ser o No Ser and El Peatón del Aire, both absurdist plays directed by Jesus Diaz, a little bit based on precursors of Beckett and the last one from UNESCO, and with more than 70 sold-out presentations and shows around the country, and also that were involved in social activism inside prisons and with youth incarcerated. So at some point after that, I moved to Paris and I studied a double master degree in drama therapy and armed conflict resolution. And people just go like, what? What, Tessie? Why? Why did you... What? A double master in armed conflict resolution and drama therapy? Why? Hey, you don't have to like me! I strongly believe that artists have a social responsibility. And so I may not have the power to change how things affect people today, but I can certainly use my artistic skills to help them and to inspire them and to build a strong community with deep connection. Especially in this world where we're craving for meaningful and truthful interactions. And in order to change the world, we require connection and compassion. We all want to be seen, heard, and understood. I had many wonderful adventures in Paris, such as touring for over 2 years with the Qualaco company. But my coup de cœur is the short film Les oiseaux chantent à 6h05, The Birds Sing at 6:05. This was a short film that took us 1 year to produce, and it was a gift to be able to meet with the same people for over a year. I did an adaptation of Alice in Wonderland with the composer Florent Nagel, and we toured in Mexico and in France, and this was deeply inspiring. Later that year, I moved away from the city of romance and solitude. Oh la la, Paris. The lover who treats you sometimes like garbage, but you always want to return to. And I went back to Mexico, my hometown, to work back in theater. And a year later, I obtained a working visa and I moved to Los Angeles, California, in America. So there was my chance to live the American dream and to win an Oscar the first week I moved to Hollywood. And be bombastically famous in simply 1 day of working there. Well, you already know that that doesn't work like that. But I did move to LA and I worked really hard to get myself film and TV credits and work on my reel and my accent and to improve my craft in And in less than 2 years, I was a member of SAG-AFTRA. And during my time in LA, I stumbled into the arms of the UCLA Arts and Healing Department, where Dr. Ping Ho welcomed me with a smile into her social and emotional art certification. This was a big step towards finding my true purpose, to combine acting and arts in order to bring healing and betterment in mental health. So
I'm just looking forward to connect with you today.
I worked and specialized in activism with underserved populations and special communities such as those who are living in the spectrum, anger management, Alzheimer's, dementia, children recovering from suicidal attempts, survivors of trauma, PTSD, cancer survivors, and youth at risk and incarcerated youth. So, whew, that's a lot. Yep. I wrote my first theater play, Matilda and Lula, inspired by working with people with PTSD, and I addressed how lonely I felt during my time in LA pursuing the dream. So I received the People's Choice Award in the Short and Sweet Hollywood Festival, and I had the opportunity to go tour that play in Australia, in Sydney, where it was part of the Women's Week. So I ended up opening up and creatively sharing about my loneliness and ended up bringing joy and connection. So it's really funny how that often works. So by the end, what I can reflect on is that living in all these different cities had taught me to become part of the human experience, a vital knowledge for an actor. So I have adapted, lived, talked, danced, cried in different languages, different cultures and points of view where really resides the magic, the true magic that I seek, the true meaning of diversity where I see it, in the point of view where I see it. So every time I'm developing a new story or a character, in being courageous as a performer and a writer, I was making my connection to people more truthful, and my communication and relationship building skills were becoming really strong. I'm also a very strong believer in magic and practicer of druidry or druidism, that it's a connection through nature and like Celtic paganism. Again, I'm a big nerd, and but if you want to know anything else about me, please contact me. I would love to know more about you, to hear more about you, and to also learn about your story.